I'm never sleeping, cause sleeping is the cause of your death. Live by the code till I take my last breath. I'm never sleeping. I hustle while you rest. We from the clip until ain't nothing left.
Reality Round Bullard. I'm here with another episode of the Reality Round with my co-host
Chris Black Boss Hog _215. Hey, listen, man, I want to get into a few things. Let's get off the back, whatever. 32,000 views. That is amazing, man. We appreciate everybody that's coming out and showing support. Again, as you already know, keep showing us love. We're going to keep giving you the content, and also we're going to keep responding and commenting. First thing is we have a request from a guest, second week in a row. So we're going to hit this off from the start. So music of the times and how it influenced our thoughts and how we act from the 70s to now. How do you feel about that, bro?
Okay, well, I think that music has always been very influential on our day-to-day, you know, the way we approach life. And it's not always a good thing. I mean, I got to be honest, it's not always a good thing. Sometimes, you know, we're influenced to come out here in our everyday society and act like assholes because we're hype off of some shit that we heard on the radio or however you heard it. You know what I'm saying? But I think that the one difference you can definitely see when you go back that far to say maybe the 70s time period, from maybe 70s on through the 80s up to now, it was more, especially with hip hop, it was very few rappers that I would say was like you could label a negative influence, because you had a lot of positive brothers. You had your KRS-Ones, you had your Public Enemies. I mean, Chuck D's is about as positive as it gets. You know what I'm saying? So you had that going on, and even though you did have your Cool G raps slip through the cracks.
You had your Ice-T's who was talking about gangbanging, so it wasn't all positive.
It wasn't all positive.
Let's keep it a buck.
No doubt. It wasn't all positive, but I think that. But see, if you look at it, right? If you look at the way it led up, Ice-T came along a little later. By time comparison, you know, when you talking up in terms of KRS, and you know what I'm saying, KRS was dropping.
Ice-T was before KRS.
Nah, I don't think so, brother. If my memory serves me right, I mean, listen, I fuck up. I mean, I make mistakes.
Yeah, we all make mistakes. Yeah, like I believe Ice-T was first.
I don't know. I'm not 100% sure.
I didn't say first, but before KRS, I think so, or maybe around the same time frame.
Well, let me say it like this. From my recollection, I seem to recall KRS getting notoriety a little sooner, and maybe that might be because of where they both are from too.
Exactly. Right.
That's what's going on here.
Right.
But I say all that to say this. I mean, it's very influential. It will continue to be influential. I mean, I used to always hear people say that artists need to be more mindful of their lyrics. I mean, you know, you can't. It's hard.
Speech,
right? Freedom of speech, and you don't want to hamper somebody's creativity at the same time.
Right? Exactly.
You don't do that, because when you start, because I remember I once had a guy in the music industry tell me, never ever agree to censorship on any level, because once you open that door, it's all
can't close it.
Yeah,
can't close it at all. That makes sense, man. And you know, I feel like this, man. You know, I'm gonna get a little bit deeper. I feel like the 70s. See, this is one thing I can say. When I say this, but I want to open it up with this. Every generation gets wiser and weaker. The wiser side of things, whatever, you know, the labels control everybody's music at some point in time. Now, the artists of today can go independent. They can go on YouTube. They can go on Instagram. They can get their own deals and make their own money. That's the wiser part. The weaker part is, and I put this in everyday life, most people don't want to go out there, you know, because people in the 70s, 50s, 60s, even the 80s, you know, it was a lot of manual labor for people of our color at that point in time. That's how you made your money. Construction working, cleaning, things, you know what I mean, things of that sort, whatever. Take it to these days, half of these kids, and me myself, I don't want to do construction. You know what I'm saying? You know, like that's not what I want to do. I want to do something that's technical. I want to be in an office building.
Right.
So when I say that, that's the reason why I say wiser, as far as you know how to get around things, whatever, but weaker, you don't want to work for it. You don't want to work as hard as they did back in those days.
Right.
You know, so I say that, and I say it for myself as well. But as far as the music goes, back in the 70s, heroin ain't went nowhere. Cocaine ain't went nowhere. Weed ain't went nowhere. 70s, crack wasn't around. So I understand that. Crack brought a whole different element to the game to everybody.
Right. So
most of these things that are being said in records from the 70s and 80s, it's the same thing. It's just said in a different way. It was more melodic. It was more R&B-ish. It wasn't rap. Gotcha. Now everybody in rap is saying these things. So it's kind of like, oh, these young boys tripping, this, that, and the third. No, but if you go back to the 70s, I'm pretty sure it's a record somewhere talking about snorting lines off somebody's belly button or something. Like, it's just what it was, whatever. It was a melodic thing. Now that somebody's rapping it to you, it's something that's non-melodic. So it's the difference, you know what I'm saying? So I feel as though like nothing has really changed. Of course, times have changed. Things have gotten a little wilder. This generation behind me, personally, is way wilder than I thought we ever would be in this world. But at some point in time, whatever, you got to respect them for it. Like when the Rodney King thing happened, whatever, you know, we didn't really stand up the way these young bulls are now. They're doing it the wrong way. However, they are being heard in some type of way.
Well, okay, but let's not forget that the Rodney King verdict is what led to the LA riots.
True indeed. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. So I can say this. I just will hope that it don't get worse.
Yeah, because see, as far as what's going on right now with Mr. Floyd and his situation, you know, with that pending trial.
But one of the cops already got he already reached bail. One of them did.
All right, well, see, and that's a problem because you know you're giving bail on murder cases. I mean, come on, man. But that's another story.
Exactly.
My thing is this: if those guys walk, it's
I
man,
feel sorry.
If they walk,
and I'm gonna say this, whatever. I'm gonna say this, and this is not to cut you off, bro. I just want to get this message out here, whatever. If they do happen to walk, what I want to see is from the people: do not go out here and tear shit up again. But what I will do is protect myself. I will do that. So don't come around this joint. I'm not playing them games. I'm not playing them games at all, whatever. However, do it in a different way.
Okay. Now, hopefully everybody will fall in line with that line of thinking. Hopefully. Right. You know, but, you know, I feel like, you ever see a caged animal, bro?
Bro.
You know, you look up, you see the animal in the cage and he, you know, pacing back and forth.
Ready to go.
Ready to get the fuck out that cage and just act out, wreck something. That's what I think you're going to be dealing with should those guys get off. You're going to have a segment of society that's just going to be itching to just, you know, flip the switch and be that dickhead they so proud to be.
That's real. That's real trap. That's real trap, man. And I think that you know, it's something else I want to touch on with this too, as far as the music goes. So now, I don't know if you heard, and I'm pretty sure you did, the Rainbow Kid hooked up with the Smut to put out a record this Friday called Trolls.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that.
So my thing is, shorty, you're not even. Come on, man. Come on. If everybody else said no, why are you saying yeah? We understand your career is dead in the water. I get that, but you're going about it the wrong way, shorty. You
answered your own question. That's the reason why she doing what she doing. That's right. The reason why the locked up dude doing what he doing. Did you?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So like,
I'm kind of like, hold up, like this is a little weird. Like, come on.
I saw somebody saying in comments, they said, damn, they just took a classic and just made it shit. I can't agree more.
Real track.
More. See, the thing about it is a minefield can only hurt you if you walk through it.
Right.
Y'all know, both parties know that the Rainbow Kid right now is a minefield.
Right.
Why are you walking over there? See, it's funny how things play out. Sometimes when we set our sights on a certain outcome, in our mind, all we can see is that situation playing out the way we envision it. But I'll be damned if it don't happen just the opposite.
Yep.
And from what I understand, so far, not so good in either situation. I mean, that's what I heard anyway.
Oh, hey, listen, man. You know what though? What's that old saying goes? You lay down with dogs, you wake up with fleas. You got to chill.
Scratch on, nigga.
You got to chill. You got to chill, and that's not even what it is. But to answer this question for this guest, whatever, yeah, you're right. The music does fit the mood for those generations. However, just because if you haven't uncovered the secrets of what's going on in them generations doesn't mean it's not the same exact thing that's going on now. It's just more visual to you at this point.
Hell yeah. There's something that's done candidly, and then there's something that's done blatantly.
Exactly.
That sums up the whole situation right there.
Exactly.
But I do want to say something else to that guest. I want to say one thing.
Go ahead, brother.
I want you to grow some balls and air your grievances on our page. Go to YouTube, type in the Reality Realm podcast. Stop going the backdoor route. We don't play the games around here. And that's reality. Holla.
Oh, wig shot. Oh, my bad. All right. So look, right. So we're gonna jump into the life topics right now, man. Life talk, man. First thing is, and this is something I think everybody can feel. Nobody likes an ass kisser. I'm gonna start this one off first, man. And you know, I can say this because I've been a manager in many spots. You kissing my ass only makes me feel as though you don't want to put the work in, or you want something from me. Chill out, man. Relax, yo. Like, work your way to what you want to get, and you're going to get it. And that goes to the person, whoever has what you want. They see your work ethic. They see exactly what you're doing, and they see what you're doing too. Whatever, as far as you kissing their ass. So while you doing that, they're looking at you. Look at this suck ass. Nah, I'm cool. I'm gonna use him for what he worth. You kiss my ass, God, do that. That's the problem, because you're never getting nowhere doing that.
Man, I couldn't have said it no better, but I'll be damned if I'm not going to try. Nobody respects an ass kisser. You know, I have so many ways of basically saying the same exact shit. And for years, I have been a preacher of the phrase, don't be Joe. The shit is embarrassing. I cannot stand a motherfucker that walk around with their lips puckered up, looking for the set of ass cheeks to put them on.
Yeah.
It makes no damn sense as a man, as a woman, as to why you would want to carry yourself like that, running around kissing on ass cheeks, man. That shit is whack. Listen to what I'm telling you. This is coming from your boy. I wouldn't steer you wrong. Nobody respects that shit. Nobody appreciates you. I guarantee you, if you could be a fly on the wall for some of the conversations that take place about you,
ooh, baby,
you probably want to go stick your head in the fucking toilet from embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? Stop that dumb shit. It's not working. And I'm talking to everybody. I'm talking to employees to bosses. I'm talking about parents to kids. I'm talking about fucking friends to friends. Stop kissing ass. You will be respected way longer, way more authentic if you just be yourself, do it the right way, and put the fucking chapstick from kissing all his ass away.
Yo, I would say this much, and I'm gonna piggyback off of you, whatever, because you touched on a few situations right there. So my thing is this: be you. Just be you. That's all it is, man. People gonna love you for who you are. They're not gonna respect you for who you're trying to be. They're not gonna respect you at all.
Exactly.
You keep it real with yourself. You good, man. You straight. You good. That's all I can say about that, man. That's all. I just want to piggyback off that comment because I think that's going to hit home for a lot of people, man. A lot of people, even viewers, people just chiming in. You know what I'm saying? Yo, just be you. And that's the best person you could be. If somebody don't like you for that, you don't need them in your life,
man. And I tell people that all the time, man. I mean, man, if I had $100 for every time I have taken the time to tell somebody that same shit you just said, man, I could retire right now. I wouldn't have a money worry in the world. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
But they just don't think it just don't seem to hit home. It just don't seem to sink in.
We had to turn going. I had to turn back when going on high school. Once a dick eater, always a dick eater. So you like to fucking suck dick. I mean, nothing I can do about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Male, female, it's not this is male and female and shit, whatever. I seen it all across the board. Hey, but I want to touch on something else too, bro, while we're on this subject, and we're going to ramp it up a little bit. So everything that's going on right now for us in the country, right, and across the world, because I've seen this across the world, for our minority, for blacks. So they're supposed to be helping us out now. All this extra XYZ. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to help you out here. And we're going to start looking at things this way. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Is it a show? Or is this the norm for us now?
You know, I don't want to be that guy, you know, that's trying to find negative in the positive, because I know there's a lot of people out here that rock like that, and I'm really not trying to be that dude.
Hey man, say what you feel. Say what you feel. Sure.
Yeah, right. But I would, man, I couldn't do it if I didn't do it that way. So here it is. I feel like this is just history repeating itself.
Okay.
And this right here is the definition of a vicious cycle. I think a lot of noise got made as a result of a very fucked up event that took place. A lot of noise got made by the people, whether you agree with the noise or not, that's debatable. And I think that what you're seeing now is the result of the government statewide doing whatever they feel they need to do, saying whatever they feel that they need to say, right, to make sure that they put a stop to all of this bullshit at the end of the day. And guess what? As sad as it is for me to sit here and say this, I don't believe it's going to be an everlasting thing. I think it's temporary. I think that they're just trying to calm the waters, man. They're just trying to calm the waters. And when they look out and they don't see not one ripple in the sea, they'll be raging again one day. Yep. They'll be raging again.
Exactly. And I got a couple points to touch on that too, whatever. I feel exactly the same way you feel. And it's not like, if anybody watching this, we don't always agree with each other. That's never going to happen. But on certain topics, when it's real, man. And I really feel like this, man. Like, yo, like, y'all trying to give us crumbs right now. Oh, you want to do this? Go ahead, do that. You want to do this? Okay, we'll do that. Like, I just saw earlier, whatever, out of nowhere, USC reinstated Reggie Bush.
I saw that. USC
reinstated OJ Mayo.
No, I did not see that.
I saw that one. That was on the low ski, whatever. So this man who's been banished from the NBA, but y'all reinstated him. Why? I can understand the Reggie Bush thing, Heisman Trophy winner, X, Y, and Z. Why reinstate OJ Mayo? What are you trying to prove? So now, getting further than that, I saw a tweet from Uncle Cheeto and shit. That's what I call him, Uncle Cheeto and shit. Something about he praised the first black Navy chief, whatever. It was something crazy, whatever. Like somebody got elected a Navy chief and praised them. But dude, you the same dude back in '89 that said you wish you was black because you would have a better chance at life or your business or whatever. That we had all the privileges. How is that? I don't get it. I don't fucking like him. I don't think nobody likes him, whatever. So I'm preaching to the choir with this one. But my thing is more or less this, man. You got in office to fuck everything up. You fuck everything all the way to fuck up, bro. And now, if anybody has peaked or whatever, and I hate to go on this little rant because I got to go on this rant though. One of the rules of not getting impeached is what? Being at war. What you try to do is start a war with North Korea. Now you don't like China. COVID comes out. Oh, it's the Chinese. Then you try to blame the guy in Buffalo, the older white guy, whatever, that got pushed by the cops and he fell and he got fucked up. Oh, he's Antifa. Yo, dog, you are full of fucking excuses. Just get your ass about that chair and roll the fuck out. Yo, that's all it is at this point. That's all the fuck it is, man. And, you know, my thing is it goes deeper than just us getting the crumbs or whatever. We deserve a whole lot more than that. Because all these businesses get their money from us. All the sneaker stores, the Nikes, the Reeboks. Not to be racist or not to sound racist, but white people don't spend money on sneakers like that. They just don't.
Right.
They'll walk around a pair of New Balances for 10 years.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, all y'all money that y'all get, whatever's from us. And now y'all want to act like y'all really helping us out, whatever. And I just, it's so much frustration running through me with this whole situation, whatever, and with him being in the office. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. So to touch back on the actual subject, my fault, man. I went a little left. I feel like this. I don't think it's going to continue on. I think in the next 5 to 10 years, you're going to see the change back. All this protests against the KKK and let's disassemble them. Y'all let them run this country for way too long. You're not going to be able to shut that down. You're not. That would take a civil war.
Bruh, the funny thing about that statement right there, the funny thing about it is some of the very motherfuckers who you may need to shut them down might, and please understand I'm saying might be down with the situation. You understand? Because it would, like you said, you just touched on it. They ran the country way too long. How could they do that? By having people in high places. That's the only way they could have been around for the length of time that they've been around. Other than that, because I guarantee you, if it was some other ethnic group.
Matter of fact, perfect example. If a cartel was around this motherfucker, oh no, they're gonna shut that shit down unless they're giving them money.
Right.
Cartels are allowed to operate. Please believe me, cartels are allowed to operate within the United States. Why? Because they give money to the CIA. I know that to be for sure. I don't want to get too deep into that, whatever, but go ahead. Speed on, go ahead.
I'm just saying that I think that, talk of doing away with the KKK and all this other shit and, we're going to get rid of the skinheads. Like, bruh, again, see, my thing is, don't worry about dunking on a 12-foot court if you can't dunk on a 10-foot court.
Exactly. Start off at 8, then go to 10.
Yeah, like. Oh, you know what? Speaking of that, well, hold on. This is totally left, as you say. Hold on. I gotta take the time to say something about this. Another viewer sent me a video, and you may have seen this video before. And because of the age factor, I'm not going to get too direct. I'm going to kind of keep it a little vague, but I think people will know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
It's this tall, long-legged, clumsy-looking motherfucker running up and down a ball court.
The 7 feet ball from high school?
Man, last time, listen, the video I saw, the cat was only, he wasn't even of high school age yet. He was like 11 or some shit. But he was taller than a motherfucker, playing on an 8-foot court, dunking and rebounding and blocking shots and staring down people. I mean, bro, stop it.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times when I see shit like that, man, I immediately go to the comments, and I saw some of the comments that people were making, and I'm sorry, but I agree. Like this one guy said, man, he ain't shit, and his parents ain't shit either for letting him play in that league. Like, come on, man. I'm gonna tell you like this: I'm not gonna have my son doing no cupcake ass shit like that. You know what I mean? You want to play us some competition, bro. Right. And that right there is the epitome of what's wrong with this society today. Everybody's always looking for the shortcut and the easy way out. Nobody don't want to roll up their fucking sleeves and work for it no more. You know, right. like that old saying, you want the check, but you don't want to put in the work.
Yeah, you know shit. That's real. That's real.
And that right there was it was a disgrace. I hope you smack your tall ass head on the rim next time you go out for a dunk. You out of pocket, man. Sit your long-legged ass the fuck down.
Yo, like you said, that shit went way left, bro. Yo, I don't even know where this came from, yo. Viewers, I have no clue, yo. I have no clue at all, man. Yo.
Shit.
So look, let's get back on topic. Man. All right, so look, man. I mean, we feel the same way. I feel as though, like, you know what? I don't really feel as though this is going to be something that extends out for the rest of our lives and the rest of our kids' lives or whatever. It's going to roll back exactly to what it was. And I don't want anybody to get hype about when you hear news of, oh, this is happening, that's happening, whatever. Until this is concrete and sold, until this is, I'm going to say at least a generation in, we have nothing to be happy about.
Exactly.
Nothing to be happy about. So still keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, you know what I'm saying? You know, and move the way you've been moving. That's all I can say about that.
And let me add this. I ain't going to be long with it. I will say this. There are people in society that greatly benefit financially from racial tension being in the air. And because that's the case, it will always be in the air.
Right.
Trust that. Trust me.
So, all right. So moving right along, man. This is going to be a good one right here, man. This is going to be a good one. You know what? I've been waiting for this all day. You know what I'm talking about. I'm waiting for this all day. So we have a new segment, Boom Bust or Should Not Have Been Drafted. So, Ron, I'm going to let you start yours off. Desmond Howard, Harold Miner, and my man Big Dog Glenn Robb. Let's see what's up.
Okay. First and foremost, I'm going to start off with my main man, Harold Miner. You know, for many years, people...
Wow.
I'm sorry, what's going on?
No, my fault. I was... No, go ahead. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you start your shit already. Cool, no problem. For many years, people have tried to label my man a bust. Let me tell you, let me lead you down a path of examining shit a little deeper than the surface.
Right. I'm listening. I'm here. Word.
Three things that just derailed Harold Miner's career. The obvious, the whole Baby Jordan thing. Never should have happened.
Shouldn't have embraced it.
He wasn't. Okay. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. He wasn't Jordan. Nobody since has been Jordan. There will never, ever be a basketball player on par with Jordan. I don't think we're going to see it. I think you would have to travel to the ends of the fucking galaxy to see it. But that's another story. Anyway, yeah, I said it. Anyway, coming back down to planet Earth. Harold Miner being compared to Michael Jordan was a big mistake. Do I think he could have ever been Jordan? No. Do I think he could have been one hell of a basketball player named Harold Miner? Yes. There were times you could shake your head no all you want, and you could do all your little sarcastic gestures all you want, my brother. But facts are facts. There was times where Harold Miner displayed star quality in the NBA. He showed that he could do that. He showed that he could do that. And it was way deeper than just a fucking slam dunk contest. See, you people need to understand something. He came into the league. And his coach was motherfucking Kevin Lockery.
You lined me up for this. You lined me up for this. You lined me up for this a few days ago. Okay. All right.
Oh,
I see where you're going now. All right.
I gotta call a spade, my man. Anytime you got a coach that was not good enough to sustain success with the greatest basketball player to ever pick up a basketball, how the fuck can you possibly expect him to cultivate a young talent coming out of college? Come on.
He was doing all right, but go ahead.
Ronald Cycli.
I'm saying he was doing okay. He was doing all right. He was doing his thing, but go ahead. I'm
talking about the greatest, and I'm talking about somebody who had potential to be great, and you bring up Ronald Cycli?
I'm just saying, Ronnie Cycli was doing okay. Like, you know.
When you look at that team, at the time, when Harold Miner came in the league in 92, they had Steve Smith already. And I seem to recall during Harold Miner's rookie year, Steve Smith missed a lot of time with injury. That was what they envisioned the backcourt to be. Steve Smith at the point, Harold Miner at the 2.
Okay.
Miner was the kind of player that needed touches, not the ball in the flow of the offense. He needed touches. You need to give him the rock. Even if he got it, gave it up, and got it back again, he needed to touch the ball. He needed to move.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, he was a what?
No, I say he was ball dominant. I mean, some players like that. They ball dominant.
Right. Okay. There you go. So when I look at the way Kevin Lockery tried to use Miner, nah, bruh. All you had to do was put on his tapes at USC. You could see the difference. You could see the contrast in approach. He was successful at USC because he had the opportunity to be successful. If Harold Miner came down the court and hit a shot, coming back down the court, he's going to touch that rock again. Even if you don't actually take the shot, he's going to be put in a position where he could have had the option of shooting or dishing the ball off, because he displayed playmaking ability quite often at USC as well. And the few times he got the chance to do it with the Heat. So you got the baby Jordan thing. You got Kevin Lockery as your head coach. Damn. Matter of fact, who the fuck was ever successful under that guy? Who? See what I'm talking about? You see, Glenn Rice got the fuck up out of there. He said, listen, this dude ain't going to decimate my damn career. And you know what? It's something else.
But you know what? Glenn was a shooter, though. So Glenn Rice was a shooter, so he still was scoring his buckets. So
Glenn Rice game, for the way Lockery ran his offense, Glenn Rice game was tailor-made for that cat. He could just catch it and put it up. Right. And he was trying to make Miner do that stupid ass shit. That was not his game. I remember there was a game they played. I believe it was the Hawks. I want to say it was the Hawks. It was a playoff game. The Heat was struggling offensively. They put Miner in the game. Miner came in, scored 16 straight points, got him right back in the game. If I'm not mistaken, he took the lead. That was in the first half. The second half, you didn't play him. Explain that. Can you explain that?
Well, look, first of all, whatever. Let's sit up here and act like, so you kind of comparing Harold Miner like D Wade or something like that, like, because I don't understand where you're going with this. Because Harold Miner was like, honestly, to me, Harold Miner was like a shit. I can't even compare him to nobody or whatever, because he had hops. He could jump out the gym. No denying that. No jump shot, no handle.
Not true. When have you
ever seen Harold Miner cross anybody or dunk on? He might have dunked on somebody because he had hops, whatever. He had hops. I never seen him cross nobody over, or cross somebody with a jump shot.
I'm gonna send you some. Listen, as much as I love Mikey, you know better than anybody how much I love Mike. He broke Jordan ankles on the baseline and hit him with a fall away jumper. When they went,
you broke Jordan ankles. Nobody wants to bring it up, whatever. But that is what it is.
Wait, what was that? What you say?
A lot of people broke Jordan ankles on some real type time. Like, yo, AI is just the most reputable person to do it.
Listen, man, Jordan was a first team all defender. First team.
Kobe Guy's ankle was broke on the regular.
I wouldn't say that.
Same thing with honestly though, whatever. When you think about it though, when you out there on that island, it's going to happen. The same thing with a shot blocker. You're going to get dunked on. It's going to happen.
Bruh, you asked me who has Minor done this to, and I told you who he did it to. That's just one person. But you asked for an example, I gave you an example. To further my point about his coach, the very next game, same situation. Heat down, struggling offensively. He don't even put Minor in the game. How the fuck can you be successful with a head coach that inept?
As far as that goes, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that.
He fucked his career up. I got the answer. He fucked his career up. And then, like a lot of athletes, he fell victim to injury. He started getting hurt, which is why he only played a few years, because when that knee started giving him problems like that, he said, you know what? Nah, life preservation trumps everything.
That makes sense. So if you weren't getting no minutes, why you hurt? That's my question. Like,
if he wasn't getting minutes.
Why is he here?
No, see, I never said, see, you don't listen. I never said he wasn't getting minutes. See, I talked about a playoff game, and you know what's funny? If you allow a player to erupt in a playoff game, man, that might be that player's coming out party. He might not have never looked the fuck back if he would have got a chance to just play. But
that's true.
Not when you got Kevin Lockery as your head coach. You don't get that opportunity. I blame him, and I blame the injury. So the Baby Jordan thing, negative. Kevin Lockery, double negative. Injuries are undefeated. So that's the reason why his career went the way it went. It had nothing to do with his skill set. So everybody talking that dumb shit need to stop listening to these ESPN motherfuckers, because they don't know what they talking about half the damn time. Listen to your boy Reality, Ron, and that's reality.
Man, fuck Aaron Minor. Anyway, moving along, man. So Desmond Howard, I want to get in Desmond Howard with you too, man. What's going on with Des, man? How you feel about that? Oh, wait, you know, though, because we're keeping it real, we're keeping it raw. So you saying boom, bust, or should have never been drafted? All right, no. The latter is not going to be that.
You definitely can't say.
You got designated. You got to designate him.
You can't say that. And as far as him being a bust goes, well, I'll say this. I have called players in the past that have gotten hurt, career cut short, and I've called them a bust. So I can't not call Harold a bust, but I will put an asterisk by it. Because there were key factors. Like I said, injuries are undefeated. So
right. If it's injuries, it is what it is. Nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, injuries are undefeated. But prior to the injuries, he had the handling of his career was all-together wrong. Period.
So that's the reason why he averaged 10 points per game his first 2 years. But I ain't. You know what? We spent too much time on him already.
10 points per game with a career high 28, and in that game he hit the 3-point shot to send the game to overtime.
10 points per game his first 2 years. I mean, I'm just saying, man.
Guys like you don't never go.
Why it got to be me though? I'm just saying. I'm putting out the numbers, man.
You just yeah. You know what? Numbers could be deceiving. Stats could be deceiving. They definitely.
So if a nigga averaged 35, then that means he really wasn't doing his thing. But somebody averaged 10, they could have averaged more.
A cat could have averaged 35 points, jacking up 40 to 50 shots a game, in which case your 35 points is fucking lame.
All right, man. You know what? We're going to revisit this, whatever. Oh, for the viewers out there, we're going to start doing 0.5 episodes to revisit on the current episodes that we do. So trust me, this will get revisited. So let's move along. So you got Desmond Howard next.
My main man, Dez. Now, you know what? I'm not going to spend nearly as much time on Dez because I don't think I had to say as much. Matter of fact, I got one name to say. Mark Rippon. See, when Mark Rippon is your quarterback, yeah, I said it. Mark Rippon is your quarterback. It can't get but so good. Now, I dare you to sit there and act like that dude was somebody special. He had one good season, which was a Super Bowl season.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all.
You're going to let me finish. He wasn't shit before that Super Bowl. He wasn't shit since that Super Bowl. He got 2 rings. One that he piggybacked before He came to prominence for that one season, and then the one that he won when they went to they had the 14-2 record and all that cool shit he threw for the 3,000 something yards or whatever, 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. That shit ain't special. But anyway, back then it was though. Back then it was. But go ahead. Back to the issue at hand. Desmond Howard. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and blame his entire career on Mark Rippon. I'm not doing that. But what I will do is say Mark Rippon played a key part and why that shit went the way it went. He came to a team that was coming off a Super Bowl win. You had 3 receivers, Clark, Monk, and Sanders.
Yep.
Getting on the field was going to be damn near impossible to begin with because of the aforementioned. However, you look at Desmond Howard. I mean, why did he win that Heisman Trophy? Because of what he did as a receiver and because of what else? What he did in the special teams.
I think
in terms of
Desmond Howard was the ultimate, one of the first, I could say one of the first ultimate Swiss Army knife type of dudes, whatever, that we've seen, like in the 90s era. You know what I'm saying? Like he was, he was really like, you know what I'm saying? I could say maybe of all time, whatever. Like he was really, he could play receiver, he can do kickoff return, he can do punt return, you know what I'm saying? So he did a lot. He did a lot.
When you look at everything that embodied that Heisman Trophy season, his play as a receiver, his play as a kick returner, his play as a punt returner, those are the things that also factored into him being, I believe it was a top 5 draft pick that year.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So now, coming into the NFL, you expect to see all of that translate. If you see any of it not, all of a sudden now, here's the whispers of that word again. Here's the bust. Did he translate dominance in terms as a wide receiver? No, but he was every bit as advertised in that kick returning game. And he has a Super Bowl MVP to his credit. And he did have one good season in Washington. I mean, good by his standard. He didn't like.
I think it was upwards of like 60 receptions, somewhere around that lane, like 800 yards, and maybe 6-7 touchdowns, whatever. He was a good slot.
I think that had he went somewhere else, I think actually going to a team that was as established as they were actually helped. It hurt him. It hurt his growth.
If he didn't want to Green Bay before remember, because Green Bay was trying to figure themselves out. When Favre first got there, if he'd have been there for the beginning of him and Sterling Sharp, that could have been a little bit different. You know what I mean? Like it could have worked out for him better. I will say that.
So what do I label him? Well, once again, I can't say never should have been drafted. That would be a fucking lie. Can't say that. And then now when you say boom or bust, you know what? I don't say bust. I don't say boom. I just say pow. And the reason why I say pow.
I respect that. I respect that.
I'll say pow because he did make somewhat of a blast. I mean, his name is in the record books. He's a Super Bowl MVP. Right. I mean, you can't take that from him.
Exactly.
And he was a dominant return man. He was a threat. So I do not say bust. I don't say boom, but I will say pow. That falls right in the middle.
I respect it. I might have to use that on my joint when I come through. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, solid. So we wrap that up. I ain't got nothing bad to say about Dez. Dez did his thing, man. He did his thing, man. You know what I mean? I respected him as because sometimes when they come into the league, whatever, you got to respect them for what they can do. And he was a hell of a return man. So I respect him as one of the greatest return mans this league ever saw. So I ain't got no problem with that. Only problem I had with him, he's playing with Michigan. Stop putting the Heisman pose up there. You wasn't that great. But anyway, so moving along to my mellow and shit, whatever. Big dog Glenn Robb. What you got to say about that, brother?
Once again, you got a player who was the number 1 pick in the draft.
Led the nation in scoring.
Led the nation in scoring, a high volume score at 30 plus points per game. See,
D1.
Yes, sir. When you come through the door,
all that, yeah.
When you come through the door like that,
just saying.
You want to add anything else, my brother?
No, my fault.
Okay. But see, when you coming through the door like that, and that's your resume, everybody's going to expect They're going to expect that to translate. He was not the high volume scorer he was at the NBA level that he was in college. Although he did have some games where he showed you why he was the number 1 overall pick in the draft. But a career average at right around 20 points a game, and he did manage to pick up a cheap ring going out the door in 05 with the Spurs. I know. But listen, at least he got that. You got some cats that balled out for an entire career, and they still walking around with their shit looking like mine. So, exactly. I mean, exactly. He did average what? I think he averaged 10 points per game that year. And that was at the end of his career. He had been in the league, 11 seasons? But come on, man, for a small forward, that's what he played. For a small forward to give you a career average of right around 20 points, because it wasn't below. It was maybe like, point whatever over. 20 points, right around maybe 6 boards. I mean, was he the high volume scorer that everybody wanted to see him be? No. But he showed flashes. I wouldn't say
I'm listening. Go ahead.
The only way you could say that he would have had to be averaging them 30 points. He did not do that. I think during his entire career, his highest points per game average was when he was still with Milwaukee, and he had averaged 23 points a game or something like that. I think that was his high.
I think it's a little bit more than that, bro. I think it's a little bit more than that, man.
I don't.
Big Dog was killing shit,
bro. I'm trying to tell you. I'm thinking.
That might have been around the time to where as though. Remember, because they had their little big three, or they was trying to make it big. It was him, Sam Cassell, and Ray Allen. So he had to share shots as well.
That definitely plays a role. And that could be why the points per game did dip down some. However, I got to be honest, I never really heard nobody speak on him, yay or nay. That's interesting. That he's an interesting topic. Like there are other guys that you hear these labels get thrown on them. I mean, time and again, but with him, haven't really heard it. When you ask me, never should have been drafted. Yeah, right. That's a fucking joke. Never should have been drafted. Boom or bust. Once again,
I'm gonna say boom with him, man. I gotta say boom. Because you know what though? At least he was in the mix and he was the go-to guy, even for those teams, whatever. Ray Allen might have averaged a little bit more because he was the shooter, but Glenn Robinson was the focal point of that offense, yo. He really was, man. He really was. I gotta say, Big Dog, I respect you, bro. I respect you, man. I ain't gonna sit up here and say because when you think about it, whatever, he came in the league averaging a dub.
No doubt.
It never really went down until he got old. It was always that 21, and you're right. I gave him a little more credit than I thought. I would think at least he averaged 26 one year, but he really didn't. However, he really held it down. As a scoring small forward, if I can go to you and get 20 points a game, that's cool. Pippen couldn't do that. Sorry.
All right, whoa. Wait.
Sorry. I'm saying I'm sorry. My bad.
Whoa. Fuck that. Nah, we're not doing that. You seem to forget that when Mike rolled out for that season.
Pippen averaged what, 23, 24?
He averaged around 23, 24. Matter of fact, man, fuck that. He led the team in every major category.
Okay, that's fine, but that wasn't Big Dog game. But as far as scoring go,
Dog do that. It's a yes or no. It's a yes or no. Did Big Dog do that?
I mean, maybe in his younger Milwaukee days, whatever, he probably did it.
So maybe he's a dog and a big dog at that until you get to Pip, and then he's just a puppy.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you this. So what you're saying is Big Dog couldn't score against the elite defenders?
I didn't say that.
I'm asking you. So you're saying no.
You're
not saying no. Okay, all right.
What I'm not feeling about you right now is you making me say things about people I like, and I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I like.
What are you talking about, man? We having a conversation. I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of Big Dog. You know that. But you got me.
Yeah, right. You're right. True.
You setting traps, man.
I'm not setting no traps, bro. What I'm saying is whatever more or less I respect Big Dog game. Big Dog is probably one of the To me personally, and I'm gonna say this, we talked about this earlier. I think he was mellow before mellow was mellow. On some real shit.
Did Melo average 30 points a game at Syracuse?
30 and shit? Nah, probably like 24 or somewhere around there, whatever. Nah. Melo do have a national chip though. He does have that.
But that wasn't the question. I asked, did he average 30 points a game while
No, he didn't. No, okay. No, he didn't. All right.
Okay, but let's stop that shit. Because you disrespecting Big Dog with that. Don't do that.
I'm disrespecting Big Dog?
You disrespecting. Listen, that man, 30, you disrespecting the Big Dog. And that's what make dogs bite.
But you know what, though? So look, whatever. So as we go up and down, whatever, Melo's averaged 29 in the league. Big Dog never averaged that. But they had that same type of game, though.
When Melo averaged just 29, was he taking the majority of the shots on his team?
Of course, yeah.
Okay. Was Big Dog doing that? Because we just touched on that, or you did, should I say, a little while ago with Ray Allen.
I mean, probably not. Probably not. But at the end of the day, though, whatever, we got to give Big Dog's props, man. We got to give him his props, man. You know what I'm saying? So I feel as though Big Dog is a boom. I feel as though he's a boom. All
right, you know what? I'm going to give him a boom, too. Because you're not going to sit up here and try to have me down. Nah, fuck that. He gets a boom.
I'll let you talk. I ain't say anything.
Red zone.
All right. So look, so we got that. All right. So now it's on me. Here we go. So I'm gonna start out with Vince Young. For me personally, I think Vince Young was born in the wrong era. If he'd came along right now with, let me talk. If he'd came along now with Lamar Jackson, he'd have been a lot better suited. That's for number one. For number two, his averages for games, you throwing for 150 a game, a touchdown, 3 interceptions, and you win in playoff games, and you got Chris Johnson behind you who running for 2,000 yards. Nah, that's not what's up, bro. I really think, and not to even say the fact, whatever, you wasn't even a starting quarterback. You were the third string talking about the fucking dream team. What are you talking about? You serious, my nigga? I'm sorry. So, Vince Young, I really feel as though, like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to say you're definitely a bust. You're definitely a bust. You had a killer college career. No doubt about that. You was tearing shit up. Your game against USC, you did a bang-up fucking job. You won that national championship for Texas. There's no doubt about that. Other than that, nah, man, I can't get jiggy with you, dog. I'm sorry, man. So I gotta say you definitely was a bust, man. Reggie Bush. Woo, man. I love Reggie Bush. I used to love that boy. In USC, truth. Nobody could touch this dude. He get the ball, shake left, shake. Yeah, he was crazy with it. Crazy. He had the numbers to back it up too. Heisman Trophy, everything. And I respect the fact of, I think it was somebody, they tried to compare him to Barry back in the day. He was like, I'm not Barry Sanders, I'm Reggie Bush. You know what I'm saying? I can never compare to that dude. So Reggie had them type of moves where as though, you know, with the rolling in, with the touchdowns or whatever. Sorry, Reggie, when you got to the Saints and you got hooked in with them Kardashians, whatever, I'm sorry for that happening, whatever. That probably fucked your career up too. But I really feel as though you're a bust as well, man. I'm sorry. Like, you know, you didn't really produce in the league. At best, you're a third down back with speed. That's it. You couldn't take them hits between the tackles. Nobody wasn't going for the bullshit. Shit got real for you. Do you have anything to say as I'm going along with this, whatever? Because
you fine, brother. Go ahead. You fine.
Lamar Odom, Al Odoms. This is gonna fuck your head up, whatever. Lamar Odom got a lot off of his high school reputation and his college reputation. When he got to the league with the Clippers, did okay I mean, numbers wasn't great. When he got to Miami, the numbers shot up. I think it was like 19, 6, and 7 or something like that. He had great times in Miami. But, bro, you were supposed to be the next Magic Johnson. I didn't see that at all. Now, I can't take away what happened to you off the court, whatever. What happened to you off the court, who knows? You know what I'm saying? You was dealing with a lot, so I respect that. But for me to sit up here and say you were a boom, that's a pow. Matter of fact, that's a pew. That's all I can say about that, man. And that's my take on that, man. That's my take on that. Anybody can say whatever they want to say. If anybody got the numbers, I got the numbers, but I ain't gonna get into the numbers because trying to keep this thing legible right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't know.
You know what? Like you said a little while ago, yeah, this will get revisited in a 0.5 episode.
Damn, so you saying you not agreeing with what I'm saying?
I'm not saying that, brother. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it will get revisited. I mean, just certain aspects of it. Just certain aspects.
You know what, though? And just to get a synopsis, whatever, what I'm saying is, Vince, you never had a 2,000, maybe you had a 2,000. You never had a 3,500 yard passing year, whereas though, make sure your touchdowns at least eclipse your interceptions. Never happened. Cool. Reggie. You had a fumbling problem too in the league. But that shit happens. Adrian Peterson still got a fumbling problem. But he could run for 2,000 off a broken ACL the year after that. You're not that guy. Odom, I needed you to average 19, 9 and 8 all your career. You're 6'10". Come on, give me more than that, bro. And I respect you too. I loved your game. I fucked with your game, whatever. You silky slim, whatever. You 6'10", ball on the string, all that. You know what I'm saying? But you're not. Nah. Sorry. You could have went down to one of these greatest instead of you being the sidekick. That's all I'm saying. So, moving along from that, and obviously you're not going to say anything about what I said. Hot seat time, and we're going to close it out with this. Now we're in the red zone. Right. So, I'm going to start it off. Dabo Swinney. Listen, guy, there's been a lot of swirling around Clemson, around your program. I don't know if South Carolina is a racist state or not. I don't know. But for you to put on a Football Lives Matter t-shirt while all this is going on, little insensitive. Not going to say disrespectful, little insensitive. Because you make your money off of these players and what you recruit these players. So I'm going to say a little insensitive. So I'm going to give you a slide on that. Second thing with me is the incident that happened with your assistant coach. Now, I don't know what you're talking about because the player has spoken out and said, I got called a nigger in practice. And I think he asked you to go ahead and address it in front of the team, and you did not. Now, there has been somebody to come to his defense, and that's DeAndre Hopkins. But now, this player didn't make it to the league. Might have been a third stringer or whatever. He's not DeAndre Hopkins. He's not your star player. But when you go to this man's house and you're recruiting him, you're telling his family that, oh, okay, I'm going to treat him like my son. He didn't feel like your son at that point in time. So I got a problem with that. You make your bread and butter off of who? You might got Trevor Lawrence now, but you had Deshaun Watson before that. You had Kelly Bryant before that. So where you recruiting all these black players, but all of a sudden now when it's an issue, oh, we're not going to do that. Another incident that happened when he was there, I think that and I ain't gonna say I think I know they were throwing bananas on I think a study hall or something like that, and just other students. You told the players, oh well, we're not going to get into that. Now, this is before all this George Floyd, just before all this happens or whatever. This is in 2016. Who you protecting, the program or the players? So I'm pretty sure you went to all these players' houses and said, I'm going to make sure he's okay. You didn't. Third thing, you said I will quit if college players get paid. Meanwhile, you're making $9 million a year. Off of who? Not off yourself, off of your talents to coach these players. So I want to know, Dabo Swinney, if you see this, you know I'm going to say you're fucking racist, dog. I'm sorry. Now, last time I brung up some things, whatever, about certain players, whatever. I got people, oh, no, this ain't a third. No. No, that's some racist ass shit. I gave you 3 examples that you're involved with when you can say, you know what? We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to get you guys help. Or we're going to go ahead. We're going to stand as a team and tackle this issue. You did none of that. So, your money, I hope they fucking fired you, dog. I'm sorry. I hope they do. And I'm pretty sure he's not the only coach like that. I got another one in my mind, whatever I think, because that's his old assistant, Nick Saban. I think he's like that too. But there's no evidence. I can only go with what I see. And what I'm saying to you is, Dabo, lay it down, man. Right now is not the time. If you're going to be insensitive and all that, pull a Jerry Jones. Don't say shit. Don't say anything, whatever, or duck and hide. But you put out a 14-minute interview which dispelled nothing. Nothing. You never reprimanded your assistant coach or anything. All you did was sit up there, whatever, and pass the buck to whoever, I don't know, it was passed in the air. Bro, it was almost like he put a dollar bill in the air and just let it fly off. It was, well, who was he blaming? I don't know.
Shit out of pocket, man.
So, and that's 3. This is all Googleable. You can Google it. You can look it up. You can Facebook it, Instagram it, whatever. These are all accounts that actually happen in Clemson University. And I'm going to tell you something too, whatever. Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins, DeAndre stopped in about a couple years ago. I never noticed why. He would never say Clemson University. He'd go back to his high school. Because the study halls in Clemson are named after slave owners.
Wow.
Shit gets real. So, Dabo, step down, my nigga. I think you need to step. I ain't gonna say my nigga. Step down, dude.
My turn. My shit is a little less intense this week, I'm glad to say, because it's a damn shame if every time we did these things, it had to be so serious.
Right.
But when shit needs to be said, and when cats need to have their ass on that hot seat, we gonna say it, and we gonna put their ass on that hot seat.
You already.
Which is why Mr. Kurt Warner, well, you know, in a much lighter mode, but Kurt, I usually rock with just about everything you say. You seem to be, I mean, for one, you played in the league, so that says a lot. You won a Super Bowl, so that says a lot. You seem to be a very knowledgeable dude, and you seem to pretty much call it fair for the most part when you speak on things. But as I scrolled through Instagram today, and I saw where you were quoted as saying that Stephon Gilmore reminds you of Deion Sanders and the way he prepares for the... First of all, stop right there. You don't say those two names in the same sentence. I don't give a fuck what capacity you talking about. I don't care if you're talking about preparation. I don't give a fuck if you damn sure better not be talking about playing. See, I had an argument with a cat about this same thing much earlier today. when this dude had the audacity to say he gonna at me in his post telling me, oh, you must didn't read. No, I'm sorry, that's not what he said. He said, oh, you didn't read the quote, did you? I told him, yeah, I read it.
What quote it was?
I read the shit and I stuck by everything I said. There is no way, shape, or form that you should ever look at Stephon Gilmore and think of Deion Sanders. If you don't cut it the fuck out, Kurt, stop that shit. It makes me wonder, Kurt, before you said that stupid ass shit, did you pop a perk? What the hell was your problem saying that shit live and on TV? That's just like saying, hey, man, fuck it. Everything Kurt did out there on the football field, I could have got out there and did it. I wouldn't say no shit like that. You shouldn't be saying no shit like that. Deion Sanders is the greatest to ever play his position. Deion Sanders, he brung an intangible to the field that will never be brought again. Stop it. That's why if your ass is burning right about now, Kurt, it should be. Because you are officially on the hot seat at the hands of your boy, Reality Ron Bullard. Don't you ever say no stupid shit like that again, man. Ever. Stephon Gilmore. Man, if you don't cut it the fuck out, did you see the way Smoke roasted his ass when we played them last year? When he put that move on him and sent his ass over there and he went this way? You can't never, ever look up no old footage of Deion seeing him getting beat like a rented fucking mule like that. Stop that shit.
If you beat him, he was always in the area. It was a better pass than defense can uphold. You know what I mean? Sometimes that happens. Like when he played Jerry Rice, whatever, I think a couple of times seen him not get beat, but the pass was on point. There's nothing he could do. You know what I mean? Like, but Deion is the first and probably the only cornerback that I've ever heard of, a defensive coordinator walk in the joint and say, look, we're going to plan around Deion because Deion can take away this part of the field. We just have to worry about the other 3/4 of the field.
There's getting beat, which Stephon Gilmore gets often. And then, no, excuse me. I'm sorry. There's getting torched, which Stephon Gilmore has been often. And then there's getting beat, like you said, by just a very, very well thrown pass. It's a big fucking difference.
Exactly.
And said there's no way in the hell you should ever look at that guy and he remind you of the guy, Mr. Primetime Deion Sanders. Hey, Prime, if you see this shit, give me some love. Give me a phone call, because I'm sticking up for you, brother. I know you ain't deserve that shit. And Kurt Warner, up your ass, you need to be picked. And that's reality.
Hey, listen, man. Prime, we fuck with you, man. I mean, on some real shit. I don't know about that statement you made. It might have looked wet, but it was dry. That shit was wet to me. I don't fucking know. Whatever. I never seen a Jerry Curl fucking dry. But besides that point, whatever, shit, like, yo, like, no, that's probably the best cornerback I ever saw. And, you know, we heard stories about the Night Train Lanes and those guys back in them days, whatever. But we talking about complex offensive schemes, like in Jerry Rice's and Michael Irvin's and Sterling Sharps and Andre Rison's. Those dudes live to beat, and Deion get slap box too, because he was slapping the shit out of Andre Rison in his helmet and shit, whatever on the low. You know what I'm saying? But no, on some real shit, they're like, yo, I really respect that. And like Kurt Warner, yo, you fucking tripping, dog. And you should know better. But maybe you don't. You never had to play against a prime time.
True. Facts.
You never had to. So it is what it is. Play Madden, go against that nigga in the Hall of in one of them games, whatever. Shit, it's almost impossible to complete a pass against that motherfucker, man. I don't give a fuck what scheme you running, who you got, shit. But
well, at least Madden got that part right.
You know what? Another episode, another time. We're not getting to that, man. So listen,
exactly.
We're gonna shut it down, man. Cause we got a lot of other things to talk about, y'all. We got a lot more content, man. We got a lot more coming to y'all. We just want y'all to stay tuned. Please keep subscribing. Please keep commenting. We're going to get back to you. Trust me. We're liking our comments. We're responding back. And I'm gonna let my man go ahead and shut it down as he usually does.
Once again, we just want to say how much we love you all for kicking it with a couple of brothers who put it down like no other. It's your boy, Reality Ron Bullard, my main man, Chris Black. Where you need a reality check, the reality realm is where you need to be at. Get back with us next week. We will be in the building as usual, and that's reality. Holla.
I'm never sleeping, cause sleeping is the cause of your death. Live by the code till I take my last breath. I'm never sleeping, I hustle while you rest. Sweet from the cooking, still ain't nothing left.